Well, guys, how in the world are you? Welcome in, Matt, Gargoyles Blade, Samurai Bird, Yodo, JC. What's up, buddy? Good seeing everybody. I know Grugsy's in the house. I know several people are in the house. If y'all would, man, just leave me a comment so we know you're here. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining us on this fine Work Tough Gear Wednesday. Hope everybody's well. Put in the comments what you're carrying, what kind of sword you got. Did you see the sword axe, Gargoyles? Catching up on the comments real quick, guys. I'm glad everybody made it. I hope everybody's had a good day. Charles Jones is here. Jesse, how are you? Guys, if y'all are in the room and you've commented, man, throw me another comment so we can keep up with everybody. John Peters, how are you? Gargoyles, it's going pretty good, man. Today was kind of a rough day. Charles, how you doing? Just a long day, man. I tell you the truth. I love Work Tough Gear Wednesdays. I really, really do. EDC for fun. Come on in, man. But man, they wear on me a little bit. And then we're trying to get a truckload of rails up to Georgia tomorrow, so it was a bitch. Keith, man, appreciate you coming in. Have a good night, brother. Keith's in that Pacific Northwest. Grugsy, how are you, buddy? Good seeing you. Love Grugsy. Rusty, how are you, Bubba? Good seeing you, man. Thank you for stopping in. Guys, we'll probably do like, I don't know, Knife Candy 101. What's up, brother? We'll probably do like 30 or 40 minutes. And kind of wrap it up. But I just wanted to shoot the shit with y'all for a little bit. We got guys coming in the room. What did you guys think of the 4 new knives we got in? The Dringir, I think I'm saying that right. The Famine, the Hollow King, and the Caviars. What'd y'all think about those? I got some information. Dwayne, what's up, brother? Come on in. Hey, guys, I got the 4 with me, too. So I figured we'd talk about these. And Byron, what's going on, man? Yeah, that Hollow King Yodo, I do too, man. Here's the thing, and here's the truth with me. Rusty says he likes the Sax and the Hollow King. Of these four, Todd Carr, hey, man, how are you? Good coming in. Appreciate you here. Of these 4, I can't pick one. I'm just being honest. I love everything Work Tough Gear does. I always have. I always will. And that's not just lip service. Y'all can tell by the videos. But this might be the toughest group they've sent. Now, we'll open up with the Famine. And this is Keith McKenzie. Just a gorgeous knife. And I was going to say this about this. Look at the thickness on that. This is a 1/4 inch thick. JC, he is a great guy. Great guy. I can't wait. I can't wait for all of these. You know what this one is reminiscent of is that Pearson Custom Fighter. But I absolutely love the Famine. I love the whole design. Talk to Mr. Vic today, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. Of all of them, I don't know that I could nail down like which is a favorite. The one that speaks to me the most, though, is the Caviars, which is crazy because Shane, what's up? Yeah, I was going to mention Jason here in a minute. The Caviars, because I like fighters, even though I've never had any training experience. But I wanted to talk about this, and then as we get people in the room, I wanted to wait for a little bit before we do that about Jason. This is the Caviars SK85. Now, I got the designer's name. The thing is this. Give you a good look at it. Let me look it up, y'all. I apologize. Y'all just give me a minute. It's Ives Yang. Ives Yang is the designer of the caviars. This was actually made for hunting boar. The guy actually hunts boar on the eastern side of Taiwan, on that side of the island. So he wanted something that he could actually hunt boar with and defend himself. Of the four, this is the one that speaks to me the most. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but take with it what you will. Now, before we delve into the Holla King and all that, as you guys are coming in, Samurai Bird hit me up not long ago. Joe, what's going on, man? And apparently, we lost a big part of the community, I believe, yesterday morning. And I've seen a lot. I mean, a lot of messages, and my heart goes out to his family. And that was Jason Brown. And many of you know Jason. He was a staple of many different channels and community. And he's a community guy. And just a tragic thing. DC, man, thank you for coming in. I do want to say this. Lefty has started, there is a GoFundMe. And Lefty and Brandon Thrasher both have links to it. Shane may have a link to it. But guys, just sometime over the next day or so, y'all remember Jason Brown. And from what I understand, it was unnecessary, of course, always is in those situations. But our thoughts go out. Yeah, Rusty, I just found out apparently Monday morning, from what I understand, he was out walking and was hit by a car. And I hate to break this to y'all. I had just got the message a little while ago, and then Shane brought it up. And we lost Aaron Hogue in a tragic accident. And so the community mourns, and we come together. And guys, I am sorry to let you guys know that. I thought many of you knew, because apparently it happened yesterday morning. So rest in peace to him, and rest in peace to Mr. Hogue. There are several videos out there to both, and we offer at Choir Boys Cutler Outdoors, we offer our condolences, our firm condolences there for what that is. Okay, Shane Gable said, I shared the link on my IG. His family needs our help. I tell you what I'll do, Shane, when we get off of here, I'll share it as well and make a donation there. And guys, again, for you coming in, Jason Brown passed. He was a really good dude, really good dude. There are several guys, Shane, Lefty, Brandon, over on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, man, hit them up. There's a GoFundMe. Let's help that family out. That's what this knife community does. And I am sorry for those of you finding out here. That's not the way you should that you should find out. As more, I tell you, Rusty, it's terrible, man. And from what I understand from Bird, the guy was just out walking, and some ass clown that had no business driving hit him. And I hate it for that guy too, because now he's got to live with that. So let's all remember Jason, and there is a way we can help. We can hit up the GoFundMe, because the guys who are pushing it and supporting it, I trust Shane and Lefty and Brandon implicitly. So get over there. So as we're coming in, guys, if you would, we're going to kind of transition from that, and that's hard to transition from. I know I don't want to just stick a knife up and do that. I want to be respectful to Jason. But as you guys are coming in, let me know how your day was. Let me know what you're carrying, that kind of thing. And we're going to, in just a minute, we'll go over these knives, and we'll take a second here and let everybody kind of collect their thoughts. Todd, that's right. Todd Carr said Jason Brown was a pillar of the community. He was always ready for greetings to everyone in the lives. help many in it as well. That's true. Shore Shop, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to see everybody. Garen's here. Here, I'll put that up. For those of you watching later, Shane Gables just put a post. Jason got a Smoky Mountain gift card for his birthday, and he bought Shane a Hogue Deca with it. That's the kind of guy he was. So that being said, let's try to repay that. Let's try to get over there to the GoFundMe and help his family, because those things. Listen, being a pastor's son for 50 years and seeing funerals week in and week out, I can tell you there is a ton of expense there. Guns and Blades, welcome in, man. Good evening. Turtle Wolfpack JC says, packing the Nopalote, my SOG multi-tool, mini sack, buck lockback, and bulk Selkirk. Good carry, brother. That's always a good carry. Let's, guys, for those of you coming in, well, it was last month, Bird. It's been crazy. Jimbo, what's going on, man? And I wanted to talk to y'all, too, some about that, the off-grid cleaver. I'm kind of digging that, man. Charles Jones has the Gerber Empower, the SC4, and the SIG. Awesome combo. I like that. Jimbo, welcome in, brother. I'm digging off-grid, man. I've got a I keep wanting to call the damn thing a Viper. It's the Stinger, the one Donnie sent me. I'm going to do a review on that. So while you guys are here, and we got these Work Tough gear knives, I want to veer off of that for 1 second. Thrash, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Good seeing you, brother. The next few days, I think we're just going to do folders. I think that's what we're going to do. I need to, hey, thank you, Shane. I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that, dude. And we're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep on rolling. I just told y'all in that video, and I was reading some comments before I come here. The shorts are great, but man, take some heat on them things. But it is what it is. We'll do what we do and we'll roll on. As long as that number keeps going up, who gives a shit? So here's the deal, guys. Here's what I got left from Brandon. And let me just say this. I got emotional in video today when I shouted out Brandon. He gave me that Spartan Harsey folder. And dude, thank you, man. I mean, that's just, it's just hard to put into words, man. Thank you. Thank you for that. Here's what we're going to do. I have the Nimble X from Thrash. I have the Curtis Custom from Thrasher. And I think that wraps up. Brandon, let me know if that wraps up. Those two, I think I'll have to look, but two really great, really great folders there. And then I've got that Stinger that I'm going to do. So what I was going to say, guys, we're going to much love, Brandon. Dude, that's just way over and above. Yodo said he gets some interesting comments on shorts and TikTok. Here's the thing about TikTok with me. Everything I've had has been positive. Once I changed the format over there, now I will say this: I haven't done a TikTok in about 2 weeks, and I think I'm sitting right at 22,000 over there. But they pissed me off, dude. I asked. There's a guy on TikTok. He's a cool guy, man. I think that's what he does over there. He's a tattoo artist, but he's like Berserker Bear. He's big into the Norse stuff. And dude, I showed my great axe and another knife and tagged him in a clip. A minute clip had 2 questions on the damn weapons. It wasn't like I said, hey, are these the correct size? TikTok blocked the video. I appealed it and they said, no, there's nothing more you can do. I'm like, you know what? Screw y'all, man. Because the very next clip was a chick that's about 17 in a thong shaking her ass. And I'm like, but whatever. But the comments on TikTok, but the comments over here on them shorts, good Lord. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Thrasher said, guys, I think it is obvious that he loves that knife and Bill Harsey. So I just had to make sure well, brother, that's over and above. And I am forever appreciative. Now, Brandon, we may have one assignment for you. And I'd got to talk to Joe a little more, but we need at the last two lives, last Wednesday, and then our Blade Talk, we have had some problems with guys in the Pacific Northwest. Now, when Thrasher was on with Joe, it was fine. I'm going to find somebody over there to get with Bill Harsey. I think we could line that up because Bill said he would come on Blade Talk. That would be epic for me. Gargoyles, haters are going to hate. Yeah, they do, man. But I mean, after about the 1,000th time, and here's the thing with the comment, it's not what they say. That's not it. It's that I got to read through all that bullshit to get rid of it on YouTube Studio. And I know that's like a first world problem, but here's the deal. And here's what's so stupid, man. That Espada video, I literally pulled it out of my pocket. 5-second clip. It just went over 1 million views today. And I think I got called fat in 1 million different languages, which is fine. I mean, it's true, but good God. That's kind of the thing. And most of them don't bother me. That's not it. But it's just having to go through all that shit to get the normal things. Brandon, I don't know how close you are to him. I was going to say, yeah, we got to get Mr. Bill on. I'm going to Blade Show in Atlanta. Y'all can write that down. That's going to happen if I got to walk. And if Mr. Bill's there, I'll go live with him there. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Dragon. Appreciate you, man. Much love to you. Yodo has a great channel. You guys check him out. I was going to say he does a lot on TikTok. I check him out there too. But we just got to figure that out because when I had Jeremy on last Wednesday, he literally could not hear me, which I know was frustrating on his end. And then the very next night we had Tyler on. And guys, we're going to have Tyler back on. I had a really good vibe from that dude. I thought it was a really good conversation, and I'd like to have him back. He's very, very passionate about knife making. So we're going to have him back, and you guys seem to respond to that pretty well. Charles Jones would love to see Mr. Harsey. Oh, yeah, dude, that would be epic. Well, Joe, the problem is I wonder if we could get Jason. What's up, brother? How are you? Welcome in, and thank you very much, my brother. Jason Wilson. Welcome in, brother. Good seeing you. I know JR carries Wi-Fi with him. JO Ventures, Shore Shop. Check out You got a link, Bubba? Is he on is that dude on Instagram or YouTube or anything where we can look him up, Shore Shop? If he is, guys, check out JO Ventures. If you got some kind of link, hey, there's a bunch. Matt's in here. There's several Canadians in here. The Canadian, where's Gerbs, by the way? That's one Canadian we're missing. Okay. All right. So I'll try to do, Shore Shop. I'll try to dude, at Byron, that is here's the 2 videos, and I'd have to check. I'm not gonna look it up now. Literally standing in the kitchen, and it's the worst profile shot of me you could get. I couldn't have picked. I honestly just watched it today for the first time, because usually with shorts and stuff, man, I shoot them, put them out, and I don't go back and watch them damn things. I put out 10 a day, but I was looking today and I thought, good God, I am fat in that. But yeah, it got 1 million views, Byron. And I'll tell you the other one that did good, it's called Dragoth, Dregoth. Thank you, Charles Jones. Chopping a watermelon. And you don't know, I can't tell y'all how mad that makes people for some reason. It's the most bizarre thing. They get angry that you chop the watermelon. So I'm going to go buy a bunch of, they're going to be real mad this fall, because when I get all my carnivore and work tough gear stuff put together, we're going to cut pumpkins like there ain't no tomorrow. Y'all know that. I do it every year. So there's going to be some mad some bitches around here. Now that Guns and Blades is in here, I want to go over these 4. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you each one. Now, Guns and Blades Megatron is a Red Wings fan because she's from up there. FU Crew, what's up, brother? All right. Here's the famine. I'm just going over them again. I'm gonna rehash them. Here's what I'm gonna show y'all. Here's why I love Work Tough Gear so much. It's this. I mean, this part's badass. The blade's badass. Make no mistake. It's a badass blade. It's SK85. Ken, welcome in, buddy. But the handle, and it's my card. The handle fits so comfortably. That's why I love Work Tough Gear. Now, the famine, Keith McKenzie is the designer. SK85, you'll be seeing this. I think I put out a couple of shorts for it today. I mean, I know I've already put out a couple, but I think I got one scheduled for tomorrow. Here's one. Here's the Dring Gear. I wish some of these guys, man, would just call it like Bob or Steve or something. But, you know, the Viking names, it's going to hit. And that's what I was going to tell some of you guys. Now, this is the Dring Gear. Here, you almost have to, by the way, Guns and Blades, I just put out a short. It's called Brothers, with the proper chopper with this. The proper chopper dwarfs it, but it's that same size. But here's the deal with this Sax. John, the designer, is a MMA guy. And so he wanted a fighter. And again, you see the blade stock. It's thicker blade stock, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, Guns and Blades said this in the proper. Yes, I did a quick short. It's called Brothers. That's it, of the proper chopper and the Drin Gear. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. I did a little cutting with this today. This thing's wicked, man. And I'm not talking about the paper. That also pisses people off. But he made it, man, like a fighter. And a Sax is a very, very old style. You guys know that. What are we reading? Yodo had a triple cut on a pumpkin. Don, welcome in. Welcome in, brother. So this is Dring Gear, 1/4 inch thick, SK85, micarta handles. And guys, what I will do is as I do the reviews, I'll try to get you drop dates on these, okay? Because this is one, if you like Sax, the Sax style, this is one for you because it's fast, it's comfortable in hand. I know it looks beastly, but compared to that proper chopper, it's really not. Charles, what's up, man? Thank you, brother. Yeah, very, JC, very utilitarian blade, and I love it. And we'll do a hard use review on it. All right, now for the one that everybody's going nuts over, or at least in our crew, it seems like they are 1/4 inch. I'll have to look at the Cavials is a little thinner, but we'll check that out in a minute. This is the Holler King. just know this, Guns and Blades, when you see me get them, they're probably within a month. The only thing that I've gotten, that's a ways out is the Little Evil Fighter. That one's probably going to be sometime next year. But this is the Hollow King, and I believe it's called the Hollow King Solo. Hollow King Solo. Daniel Murray Lake is the designer, Sundog Forge. And look, again, it's the ergos for me. And Charles Jones, I believe that would fit you well. But I like, if you guys like Capris, if you like that forward cant, you're going to love this. This is the G10, and it's a 1/4 inch blade stock. But it's super cut. Here's the thing, too, with Work Tough gear. They're always well balanced. Always well balanced. Isaac, what's going on, man? Let's see, Byron. It's funny you said that. Right there about the choil. Now, obviously, this isn't scientific, but right above the choil, Byron. I'd say right in front of the choil. Let me see if I can turn it. Rusty, have a good one, buddy. Get a good look at that. The Hollow King. Very comfortable in the fencing grip. This thing is just super dope. Grugsy put out did you put out the review yet, Grugs? Yeah, Sundog Forge on YouTube for sure. And it's Daniel Murray Lake. Yeah, this knife, I love this knife. This one, here's the thing. And again, Isaac the Noob, welcome in, man, and congrats on hitting that 1,000. Here's the thing. I love all of them. There's no way to say that I don't. Byron, I'll have to look, buddy, because let's pull it up. We'll compare it to the Famine. Yeah, the Famine's, I guess, shit, I don't know. Little thicker. We'll do, when I do the review, this one, the like I said, well, that's the Famine. This is the Caviars. This one, again, this is the one that just kind of sings to me. But this one was made for boar hunting. That came straight from Mr. Vic. The designer of this knife apparently is an avid boar hunter in Taiwan. It is, Byron. When we do the review, when I do the solid review, which will be this weekend, we'll pull it. Because I'm like you. I thought at first it was a good bit thinner. It's not. It's the way the knife's made. This thing, now guys, this thing just screams at me because there's ample handle. Somebody like Charles, Matt, or Donnie would have plenty of room there. And again, now the balance point on this one's probably right there. It's probably right where I can't do on my finger. Yeah, it's like right there. I'm not going to cut myself because this thing will cut you in half, son. This one, and if you look, it's kind of got that fight. It's got that recurve. It's kind of got that, but you've got a lot of blade right there, man. SK85. Just dope. Super dope. They don't have a cat problem there no more. Yeah, I love Carl Ruger. Welcome in, buddy. Good seeing you, man. Yeah, I love wild hog. I used to work with a dude who would catch them when they were young. And then what they'd do is they'd keep them in a pen and then they'd eventually move them over to pallet and just grain feed them. And then they'd slaughter them. Good food right there, man. I love that. Matter of fact, we might have to get Jimbo. One thing I'm going to do, guys, and we've been going about, we got a little while longer. One thing I was thinking about doing, and I don't think I'll be able to do it this year. I want to do a gathering, but I want it to be somewhat cool. So it would have to be in the winter, and I think we're just getting too close but I'm going to try to really push for that. We do too, Charles, because they're a nuisance animal here. And we're going to have Jimbo cook some barbecue. I may go over and see Blackie this fall. That's kind of what I want to do. We have open season on hogs because they're considered a nuisance. Yeah, you don't have to go deep here, JC. They're honestly, matter of fact, when I worked for ETM and we were doing the survey, if I had to help do the survey and cut line and stuff like that, we'd see several of them. Yeah. But we'd see several of them. You just have to be careful with them because a couple of them will put it on you. But I love wild hog, wild boar, whatever you want to call it. And that is, Mr. Vic sent me a whole thing on, and I keep having to look it up, and I apologize for that. Mr. Vic sent me a whole thing on the designer. He's a Taiwanese guy, young guy, and he knocked it out of the park in my opinion. I love that caveat, but I love them all. Ives Yang is the designer there. So, guys, while we're sitting here just shooting the shit, y'all let me know. Dublin. I grew up in Hazelhurst, Georgia, Shore Shop. I had Carl Roger said, yeah, man, a few good dogs and a pig sticker sounds like a blast. If you got the right dogs and the right sticker, they got the dogs down here. When the guys who have trap dogs and all that down here catch dogs, they got to where they got them the Kevlar vest, and that saved a bunch. Now I'll tell y'all something that it didn't save. Right down the road from me, and all you got to do is look up Clay County Fairgrounds. If you think about it, look up Clay County, Florida Fairgrounds. Garen knows where it's at. On the other side of the fairgrounds, there's a creek, right? And a few years ago, all these hunters started losing their dogs, their bird dogs, and their deer dogs. Started losing all their deer dogs. And I'm talking about high-end dogs. Y'all know. Those of you that hunt know those dogs are expensive. Well, they started losing so many of them that it got to be a serious problem and serious money. So they got a party together, and one of the dogs that went missing had a chip in its collar that you could find them, a GPS in its collar. So this group tracks to a creek, which is right down the road from the house, 2 or 3 miles from the house. And one of the guys said as they got closer and closer to that creek, they figured out pretty quick what it was. It was a 14-foot bull gator that had a den on that creek. And when them dogs, he put his den right there where the dogs would cross. When they'd cross the creek, he'd get them, which was not great, but it was half a mile from a swimming hole where kids always used to swim. So I always thought that was I was like, damn, a vest wouldn't have helped them dogs. They are eating the deer in Texas. Estimate there are 5 million wild hogs in the state. They just explode. That's the thing. They've just exploded. And you don't get enough people out there hunting them, but they'll hurt you. I know that. Them tusks on them will hurt you. And if you mess with one of them, it'll hurt you unless you got the right weapon. Rick, what's up, buddy? Good seeing you, man. Since Rick's in, yeah, man, Shore Shop. Here's what's crazy. Here again, guys, here's the caveats. About a month ago, man, we were knife candy. Won't catch me swimming in the South. Listen, gators won't mess with you. Yeah, we do have a lot of black bears in the area, believe it or not. One was just seen down on Jimbo Street, which is crazy. Listen, guys, gators don't mess with you. The only time you don't want to get in the water with a gator is during mating season. And you want to stay the hell away. But other than that, when we go kayaking, if we got a spot where we go kayaking. We haven't been one time where we've seen less than 4 gators. I mean, they're right there beside you. EDC for fun. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Todd Carr, no gators up here. Just got to worry about the moose. What did y'all see the damn footage that Jerbs posted of Mr. Bob? Is that a moose or an elk? Brandon, thank you again, brother. Love you. Thrasher's Garage in the house. Take care, brother. Shout out to him. Here's the deal, guys. We got about 35 minutes in. We're going to start. It's an elk. Thanks, Charles. If y'all think about it, go to BC Jerbs, go to his channel, and check out the footage he got of Mr. Bob. It is absolutely amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. John Peter said, no gators here, but coyotes, though. Yeah, we got coyotes here, but they're like little dogs here. They're not, it's crazy from the south. Like even the deer down here look like little dogs. It's just so hot year round. There's not a lot it's just a different world. The things that are big down here are bull gators when we get them. But for the most part, man, like the coyotes, the deer, they're not very big. There are a few, the bears, there's a couple good sized bears down here, but nothing like y'all have up north. Well, guys, thank y'all for spending the evening with me. Yes. Hey, oh yeah. Before we go, Shore Shop said Florida has black panthers too. And let me tell y'all this before we go. And if Richard was here, he could verify this, Ricky Ricardo. And for those of y'all that don't know, thank you, Charles, for doing that. Richard R., if you see him commenting in the community, Richard R., that's my buddy. Spent over a decade with the teams. So he's a legit dude. He's a serious dude, but he's a good guy, great guy. So we go camping. We took E's son. We took Joseph with us. And I posted footage of our camping trip on the St. Mary's. So here's the deal, man. The first night we're out there camping, we're on Eric's dad on some property on the St. Mary's River. You can look that up. Nobody around. We had a perfect spot. It was beautiful, right? So the first night we're there, we start a fire. We cooked. We had a great time. Joseph fished the whole time. And the crazy thing is the kid had Eric's rod. A fish pulled the rod into the river. Now, the St. Mary's has that tannic acid, so it's very, very, it's a deep amber, almost a blackish looking. And he was upset. I mean, that was his dad's rod, right? So about an hour goes by. He's fishing. He starts hollering. He reels in. He'd cast out. He caught the rod, but the damn fish was still on the rod. So we get all that in. I think we even did a video on it. But here's the deal. As the night went on, the storm was moving in. So Richard made us a shelter. We had a badass shelter, so we're safe. And it's that creepy, like we're on the river. There's a lot of oak trees, dead oak trees, because this was winter. The owls, it was creepy cool, right? So I'm laying there about 12:30 or 1 o'clock, and I heard a growl. It was a distinct growl. I hadn't done drugs or drank in years, so it wasn't none of that. It was a growl. And it woke me up. I looked around, and I thought, Scab, you're going crazy. Go back to sleep. So the next morning we get up, and Richard and I got up early, and I kind of sat up, and he said, you sleep all right? I said, well, he said, man, we were taking turns snoring. So we kind of laughed. I said, look here, man. I said, I know it's probably me just dreaming. I said, did you hear a growl? He goes, oh, it wasn't you dreaming. There was a distinct growl. Something was in the camp. He said, I know because I brought my 9 from my waist up to my pillow. I said it was that close. Well, Joseph had woke up, and Joseph said, Uncle Scab, I heard it too. So I was telling Megatron about it, and we were trying to figure out what it was. It wasn't a coyote. I've grown up in the woods. I know what a coyote sounds like. So she starts playing all of these sounds, right? So she said, she played one. I said, that's it. And I thought it was a wild dog, honest to God, but it was just that deep, guttural. She about went pale. She said, "You know what that is?" I said, "No, I don't know what it is." It was a damn panther. Now everybody's like, "Oh, Scab, they're not up here." The St. Mary's River, man, that's like woods. You don't know what's there, and that some bitch walked through our camp, and I guarantee y'all that's what it was. I wish we'd have had next time we go, because we're gonna go this fall. I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna take some game cams, because that some bitch walked right up in the middle of our camp. JC said he's gonna be posting some moose pics on Instagram once he's back. Charles Jones said a puma has a very distinct howl. Sounds like a woman screaming. Make your hair stand up. I tell you what else will do that is a damn peacock. If you've ever heard a peacock, oh my, in the middle of the night, it's scared the blue hell out of you. Because them things, when much about your area, Garen, a little bit. Bro, Jesse, now what part of Western North Carolina are you in, Jesse? Near the Tennessee border. Yeah, knife candy. I agree, and I didn't see it, but I'm telling y'all, whatever it was, it was distinct. And again, it's been years since I done drugs, so it wasn't that. But it was crazy, man. I'm telling y'all, and there's bears up here. Foxes do make. We have foxes. The thing about Northeast Florida is this: we have black bears, we have gators, we have deer, possums, armadillos, all that stuff that you got. Yeah, Byron. If y'all ever heard a peacock scream, son, when Megan and I first, when we were married, we moved to the place before we lived here. There was some people behind us in the middle of Jacksonville, Florida, son, that were raising peacocks. First time that some bitch went to screening, because back then I was on drugs. Son, I like to come unglued. Guns and Blaze said, I hope to meet Bigfoot one day with a WTG on my side. If it's the caviars, you're good. Memphis, what's up, brother? Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you. West Jefferson. Jesse, I was just up in, all my mama's people are from Rhonda and from Wilkes County, Yadkinville, right in there. Now that's, and Jesse, to be honest with you, man, I might see it this winter. Carl Ruger says here in Michigan we have whitetail, elk, black bear, fox, coyote, wolverines. I'd love to see a wolverine, badgers, and a cougar. That's great. Now, when we're talking about cougars and mountain lions, same thing, right? That's the same thing, right? Yeah, Garen, they are scary at night, bro. I was out one night at somebody's screen. I like to jump over the house, son. It just catches you. Because it almost sounds, it's just wild. Their scream is wild, man. Charles Jones said, yeah. Oh, and Charles, one day we got to talk, man. Thank you, JC. I'm huge into genealogy. Huge, man. We got a lot to talk about there. That's what I thought. They're just called, it's a mountain lion out west. It's a Florida panther here. Cougar. But I'd love to get one. I want to put some trail cams out there, and we're going to do that. Let me run a couple things by you guys, and then we'll call it a night. Isaac said his grandfather saw a mountain lion in Pennsylvania a few years back. The newspaper interviewed him. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. So here's a couple things. That's not surprising, Garen. Garen said my cousin had to get a chimpanzee out of a barn in Highland. Talk to y'all about a couple things real quick. Dwayne grew up outside of Asheville. Asheville's gorgeous. The little short series I've been doing, tactical or practical. One, I love it because I love the counterpoint and I love my tie light. So here's what I wanted to ask you guys. I'm thinking about that tactical or practical, like doing some overnighters because Kirk lives two houses, 2 streets over. We've got the property about clear. I'm probably going to shoot some videos from there this weekend. What do y'all think about doing like some overnighters, but just using the knife, tactical or practical? So say the tie light, which y'all know the tie light, 6-inch blade. It's a flipper and it looks a little like a stiletto. What do y'all think about doing like an overnight, but that being my only knife? You know, I can take a hawk or something, but as far as a knife goes, using the stuff, because what I'd like to do, or the Espada, I'll check it out. Grubbs has a really good Lanzetta video up, guys. Make sure y'all check that out. Please make sure you check that out. But what do y'all think about that as a series? Just using some of the knives that people consider tactical and tactical only, and see if we can make them practical. The Espada, after 1 million views and all the hate, I'd love to do a video where, and here's the deal about that Espada. I think I could get by. I might do a video with that and that alone. Use it as a chopper. I think that would be good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Isaac, Charles got upvotes. Carl, give me a word on that. Grugsy, JC, Gargles, the guys in the chat. Seriously, y'all throw in your opinion on that. Guns and Blades, I did tactical to practical. Because here's the thing, man. Isaac the Noob had the best quote ever. Best quote ever. He said, if you love a knife enough, you'll make it practical. Thank you, John. John says, sounds good. Joe says, sounds good. And that's true. That's true. What I'd like to do is the overnights, because they're quick hitters. Well, what we'll do is we'll vary it. I got a tent and a cot. We'll do a tarp and a cot. We'll do a regular shelter. We'll just do some fun stuff, but we'll use an Espada one weekend. We'll use a tie light. And I think it'll be a cool thing. Now, I promise you, I'll probably also have that caveats in case a Puma or a Florida Bear or a meth crafter or anybody else walked up. John Peters said, even try the Raja too. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Just take some of these. I'd have to get a Krogall, Garen. And no, I want to keep it. Hey, Tom, how are you, buddy? I want to keep it to a folder, and I want to keep it kind of tactical. That would be, because the Krogall, I mean, that's just a big chopper. I mean, I love it and it will be awesome, but I promise you I can make that work. What I'd like to do is some stuff that's iffy, but that's a great suggestion, because I love that knife, but I would like to keep it to folders. And keep it to ridiculous folders. I mean, if y'all want the truth, keep it to something kind of different, you know, and do a camping video with it. And as far as meth crafters goes, guys, I promise y'all, I don't. Donnie sent me his, Garen. I used his. I don't go in the woods or overnight without a tool in my pocket. We're not going to mention it here on YouTube, but I promise you, we go loaded for bear. John, how are you, buddy? John Peters is in the room. Tom, what's up, buddy? FU Crew's here. So we're going to go about 5 more minutes, guys, and we'll wrap it up. I appreciate y'all coming in. And again, that'll be a good one, Garen. I like that. Again, when we're done here, yeah, Charles. I mean, I don't usually carry one like to work or things like that, and I don't need it. Stephen Wallace, a gentleman's folder for bushcraft sounds like a good idea. Yeah, see, something like that. Something like that. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe a gentleman's folder, and just see, buddy. You can post it on any of my videos. I shy away from any of the sales or trade. I certainly don't mind if you ask on one of my videos or even in this forum, but I typically don't get involved with that. There's been that, and I want to say this, and thank you for bringing that up, Tom. When it comes to trading or selling knives, I don't do it. There's nothing wrong with it. I know that some YouTubers do it. I know they do, and that's fine. For me, there's too much that can go wrong on a couple of different fronts. I've traded a couple times, good trades come out well. One, I always worry about the other person getting taken care of. But the other is there's just we've had situations in the community, and y'all know. But Tom, again, feel free to post or use, and I've got a Discord where some of that does take place. Actually, if you want to go to my Discord, that can find. But I try to shy away from that, and with trades, just kind of a thing. And I was going to talk to a couple of guys, and get some input, but I'll ask around for you, Tom. I'll put it that way. Byron Kennedy, I definitely like the X's versus Y as part of the fold overnight test. Yeah. That's what I need, guys. Isaac the Noob, a nice case trapper could. Yeah, it could. But again, what I want to do. Oh, no problem, brother. No problem. And again, please understand how that's coming from just trying to be careful. The Lanzetta is a great overnight. Yes. Yes, it is, Grugs. And I'm going to this weekend, I'm going to do some comparisons of the caviars and of the famine against the Lanzetta for a size thing. That's the thing. So, well, guys, here's the deal. Listen, if any of you guys are interested, get with Tom, because I know some of you do. I appreciate y'all coming in, man. I appreciate all the support. So here's the deal. We roll on. We keep marching forward. Thank you to everybody. I will have a proper thank you video out this weekend. Go check out Grugsy's video. Remember too, guys, Jason Brown, we lost over the weekend or over Monday. There are some GoFundMes. Please go check those out. Lefty, Brandon, Shane Gables. Go check that out. Please, if you can do anything, do that. Thank you, Guns and Blades. And remember Jason and his family. And if there's anything, and there is something we can do, we can give to a GoFundMe and help his family. Rest in peace, Jason. Godspeed, my brother. That it just kind of dampens the whole thing, man. Do me a favor, guys. Instead of saying goodbye, here's one quick thing. I mentioned this, and I've talked to Joe a little bit about it. Here's the new goals. I want to verbalize these, and we'll move from that. January 1st, we're going to try to be at 15,000 by January 1st. By June 23rd, which is the anniversary of this channel, I'd like to be at 20,000. That's what we're moving for. That's what we're going to do. If you guys would hit the like button. But here's what I want y'all to do, because this is what's important. Guys, light up the comment section before you leave with some RIP to Jason Brown. To Jason, my brother, wherever you are, you're going to be missed sorely. Help his family. I love y'all. Good night, guys.